From the point of view of survival, the greatest threat is often not predators, but your kind, which surpasses you in any of the characteristics. The same can be said about people. Study, work, love. People are constantly in contact with each other. Seeing the hero heading somewhere, the man asked that this newcomer was working overtime again yesterday. The woman replied that it looked like he was going to the boss. Have you finished with that assignment already? The boss in his office was already shaking all over, saying what should they do? He's coming, he's already coming here. The secretary asked him to calm down a little. Having said that he is just an intern, the boss should not wind himself up like that. And the boss himself thought that an intern who, in less than 6 months of working here, managed to knock out 3 managers and 1 department head. Yes, this intern is a monster, extremely efficient at work, wise and organized. All those who tried to plot against him suffered the most shameful defeat. His behavior has attracted the attention of the board of directors, and the boss is afraid that this intern will go head over heels and someday target himself. But hitting his fist on the table, he told his secretary that she was right, the boss should not worry about it. After all, he's the boss and shouldn't be afraid of some fool. At this time, this intern came in, and he said he had brought a report. This intern's name is Wang Juan, and he likes to compete. And after Wang Juan brought the report to his boss Liu, sitting outside surrounded by girls, he thought, who would have thought that the boss would give up so quickly? He gets a little bored in this company. Maybe you should change jobs. But then he received a message saying that it should suit him. Picking up the phone, he saw his main characteristics, which read that endurance is 68%, fighting spirit 120%, intelligence 82%, vital energy 45%, will 92%, reflex 55%. It was further stated that the analysis of the received data is a comprehensive assessment. The object meets the criteria and is allowed to participate in the competition. The game has been launched. Once in the game, Wang Juan was met by a girl who told him welcome to the survival game. He has arrived in the domain of the gods. The girl said that the boundless domain of the gods. Players should plunge into the boundless new measure and devote themselves to completing various tasks. According to the various tasks facing the players, they can unite, compete, confront, even hunt each other. Currently, the game is gaining popularity, so from time to time there will be new players who have been selected by the system. Wang Juan is one of the first players selected by the system and now has to pass the tests. Wang Juan thought that he could not distinguish this place from the real existing one. Even with the use of the most advanced technologies, it is impossible to achieve such an effect. It is simply amazing. One of the players asked, what kind of place is this? Someone asked to be returned right away. Well, it looks like the other players didn't have the right to choose either. This system has quite radical methods, however. Wang Juan asked the goddess's sister to ask a question. The girl said that he could ask a question, but she is not a goddess. She is also one of the players. Her mission this time is to escort the hero to the testing site. To which Wang Juan said that is, she is their senpai, and asked her to tell her what would happen if she failed the tests. Will it be possible to exit the game? The girl replied that since this is a survival game, they will not be able to get out of here. They cannot have any contact with the outside world. However, in the intervals between the passage of the dungeon, they can return to their personal space for rest. His personal space is where he is now. Wang Juan thought that there was nothing he could do about the setting, but being trapped in such a small space, wasn't that too much already? The girl asked him not to worry. Most of the dungeons do not pose a particular threat to his life. For example, upcoming trials. Wang Juan's reward will depend on how he performs. He must remember the task to accumulate points, and these glasses can be used to expand his personal space, serve as a means of exchange, and also help him in creating his personal paradise. But most importantly, with their help, Wang Juan can become stronger. Equipment technology, outstanding servant abilities, miracles, and even life. Here Wang Juan can get everything he wants, and at the same time become stronger. But this is a high-level award. Even this girl doesn't have them yet, it's just for demonstration. Wang Juan, as a beginner, is given 3 random F-rank cards. Among them are various abilities and equipment, so that he can get acquainted with how everything functions here as soon as possible. Skills and abilities can be mastered immediately. Equipment will be stored in the inventory. You can learn more by calling the personal panel. Pointing his finger at the map, Wang Juan asked, what is his new ability? He would never have thought that he would be able to meet something like this. Meanwhile, the girl announced the start of the game. Now Wang Juan realized that the world is huge and much more interesting than he could have imagined before. Well, then a message came that player F233 was disabled. Has Wang Juan returned to the real world? But is it possible? But wait a minute, the system told him to connect within 10 minutes, otherwise the mission would fail. Next, a panel called Limitless Possessions popped up. Number: temporary player number F233. Status: testing temporarily disabled. The remaining time is 9 minutes 52 seconds. He has 0 friends and 1 loaded abilities. Wang Juan wondered if his abilities could also be used in real life. Poking at the loaded ability panel, his charging ability was highlighted to him. This ability consumes spiritual energy and emits a weak electric charge when in contact with an object. Note, this is diverse in functionality, used for household needs. The continent of the Northern Feather, a territory inhabited by a huge number of evil spirits. The players are a bunch of amateur adventurers who came here to destroy the goblins. However, the goblin cuts off their escape routes, luring them into the lair of their lord. It looks like hunter and prey have switched places. Dungeon testing new players, Goblin Slayer. Main tasks: destroy the goblin lair. Reward for completing the task: depending on the success of the player, he can be assigned a score from 1 to 10. Time limits: 1 hour. The specifics of the universe: a team of goblins will move in their direction at the same speed, and its location can be tracked on the map. Players should not let themselves be caught. Heroic Bronze 5. As novice adventurers, they are brave and persistent. Their physical characteristics have been improved by the system. Player number 234 has joined the system. Wang Juan said that as soon as the waiting time ran out, he was reconnected by the system itself. Of course, he would not have been allowed to completely disconnect and return to the real world. He wasn't even allowed to take some things with him. Seeing the goblin revenge, Yuan lurked, thinking that, apparently, too much would be turned on from the game, and the team had already advanced far enough. In such games, even a couple of minutes of absence can completely change the situation. In principle, waiting for the end of the game in offline mode is also a way out. However, it is impossible to observe what is happening, as well as the progress of other players. Wang Juan attacked the goblin and took him out with 1 kick, saying that, of course, the exam for beginners should not be difficult. Goblins are monsters with a childish build. People just need to overcome their fear and start a battle. So, the matter will remain small. It will not be difficult to win. What can I say about real masters who have received professional training? Wang Juan was preparing to attack the new monster, but the goblin turned out to have a weapon. Seeing the goblin with the weapon, Wang Juan shouted that he was already leaving. Leaving? What is it? Why does a goblin use weapons and ride motorcycles in this world? Shouldn't they be walking around with sticks and throwing stones? But the main goal is to destroy the goblins, right? But how should Wang Juan do it with his bare hands? So, this quest was created specifically to train players to use internal abilities and equipment. Opening his inventory, Wang Juan saw 3 Fahrenheit rank cards there. 1, it was a projectile, 2, a sharp eye, 3, a beginner's bomb. But wait a minute, these are not the cards that were issued to him then. Reconnecting to the game, Wang Juan realized that when he reconnected to the game, his location remained the same. And after opening the inventory, he said that since the temporary account number had been changed, accordingly, all information linked to the previous account was being reset. Inventory is also changing. All this must be due to the fact that Wang Juan was disconnected from the system, and she considered him dead, so the account was immediately demolished. That is, he can reconnect many times to be regarded by the system as joining a new player. Wang Juan thinks that this is a kind of gift for beginners, and in the future this will not be possible. Using a burst of life force, Wang Juan smashed all the goblins. And again, I reconnected to the game many times to change my inventory. And it works, he just needs to stick to this strategy. He will pass this exam 100% and thereby ensure a flawless start in this game. Dungeon testing new players, Goblin Slayers. Underground Valley. The temperature is 21 degrees, windless. The remaining time is 27 minutes 53 seconds. Player number 151 Shen Yuji, after treating his partner, asked her if she could walk. Player number 47 Yu Shan thanked him and said that everything had literally healed her eyes. It was one of the items that he got, wasn't it? Well, what should I do if Shen Yuji himself needs this item? Shenyas replied that he didn't care, because it was just a lousy game. If he died, he still had to be reborn. Player number 211 Yang Mai said that the only question is there such a daredevil among them that can confirm this hypothesis? Who will change to kill himself to find out for sure if he will be reborn again in his personal space? Shen Yuji said that there was such an attempt. One man fell off a cliff, and the second disappeared and wanted to observe the further course of events. However, he also disappeared. Accordingly, no one has been able to confirm or refute this hypothesis. Yang Mai said it was nonsense. It was a dungeon and a beginner's test. Yu Shan said that being dragged into all this is not out of the blue. She can't say it's fair. If it wasn't for them, she would have just stayed here to live out her last moments. Shen Yuji asked, what should they do? The further they advance, the more likely they are to encounter stronger monsters, so they can really die. Yang Mai said that's not the point, and the essence of the mission itself, because it was said that this is an expedition to destroy. But whatever it really is, the main purpose of what is happening is to teach players survive in these conditions. Do they really just need to find a suitable place and wait for the end of the time allotted to them for the mission? After all, they don't have a single clue. After lighting a cigarette, Shen Yuji said that they really need to risk their lives just to complete this stupid mission. It even sounds silly. Yu Shan asked, what do they mean that they really will never be able to go back? Then a goblin attacked the girl from behind. Two guys tried to save her, but it was too late if not for Wang Juan, who was able to save her. Shen Yuji asked that this was the player who was not found near the cliff at that time, right? So he's still alive. Yang Mai said that he rushed into battle. Did the hero understand the true essence of this mission? Shen Yuji added that Wang Juan does not even worry about death, does not think about the future, but boldly rushes forward, putting everything he has on the line. His agility is really incredible. Yang Mai said that, so Wang Juan intends to do this in order to gather the necessary information and make the right judgments. It requires incredible determination. Yu Shan said it looks like it's player number 1985 Wang Juan. About to quit the game, Wang Juan said that the combination of light boots, a scroll of rapid movement, and a high-speed push is simply unbearable. However, this is too much for the human body. It is already at the limit and needs to be replaced urgently. Just that it's after all. Were there other players? Time is running out, they are cooling off there. They don't seem to be able to compete with him, so you can forget about them. After the 1000th update, familiar cards began to be issued. It looks like the set of F-rank cards is not so diverse. The inventory capacity is 120 out of 120. The value of the upper capacity limit has been exceeded for a long time, so it's pointless to keep cleaning it all. Just the hero has to clean up in the Turk and be done with it. But then they will go to the boss. However, judging by the background, it will be difficult to cope with him as a beginner. When Wang Juan enters the progress game, the mission is reset to 0 and killing mobs is pointless. After all, they need bigger fish to get a good reward. Well, okay, just one battle and the dungeon trials will be completed. Rank F scroll, sudden appearance of heroes. Sudden appearance in front of the enemy in the best light buff, within 1 minute after activation plus 10% to the strength of any attribute from the inventory. Wang Juan came to the Goblin Lord with a sword, and the Goblin himself was with a powerful firearm. I expected this hero. F-rank weapon. The reverse effect after the player has claimed from the defensive stance. The damage that is directed at him will be reversed, turning the subject of the attack into his object. Ability of rank F. Forced action. The target must complete the action started earlier. The damage from the Goblin Lord's bullets was very strong. But, fortunately, Wang Juan has a good supply. We need to finish off the Goblin Lord. But then those three came to the rescue. They shouted at Wang Juan to hold on, because they had come to his aid. Yang Mai asked, what is the boss that needs to be destroyed in order for the mission to be considered completed? How did the hero understand this? Seeing these three, the hero shouted to them to wait and not come up, to which they replied that Wang Juan should not worry, because they are not afraid of death and will not leave a friend in trouble. Wang Juan thought that he needed to get this over with quickly, because these three must want to leave him with nothing. The F-rank card has the opposite effect. The sharpened blade is sharp, but easily wears out. After the player takes a defensive stance, the damage that is directed at him will be reversed, turning into the subject of the attack into his or her object. Similar to use, significantly wears out the blade. Notes, inspired by the blade from Star Wars. The system said that a friend is requesting access to a personal space. Xiao Zai's Invisible Wars 28 HP level, 100%. Spiritual power, 100%. Xiao Zai asked, how are you? The girl replied that she had already found the dragon and thought she could defeat him. Xiao Zai said that she wasn't talking about that. She was asking about those newcomers that the girl had selected. The girl said that they couldn't die anyway. What problems can there be? More than 100 people in 23 dungeons should be finished soon. Xiao 11 said that doesn't the girl think she's trying too hard? She may be a guide, but still, why pay for the resurrection of every novice? What does the girl want to achieve with this? The girl said that in such conditions she does not seem to be able to adapt to the situation. Most people, without coming to their senses, will simply die. Therefore, the death rate of the dungeon for beginners is quite high. But they just came to them, why not help them a little? One rebirth is worth 10 points, even if each of them dies. Only 1,000 will come out once. Oh, to which Xiaozai said that the girl does not take into account the expansion of the game space. It all looks just fine. No one needs these magnificent landscapes in the midst of a battle. Then the girl asked what was wrong with the fact that she loves beautiful landscapes. Xiaozai said that okay, if the girls are happy about it, then everything is fine. Xiaozai came to ask about the artifacts of D rank, which is necessary for the transition to level 30. Girl, did you prepare everything? Our girl replied that she had more than 30,000 points, everything would be fine. But after looking at my glasses, it turned out that there were only 2333 left. Xiaozai, who was angry, said that on Sunday the newcomers were worth 28,000 points. How many did the girl bring? Did they all die there 100 times? Falling into despair, the girl said that it was just a dream, everything was fine. She'll just die and everything will be fine. Meanwhile, Wang Juan completed his mission. Dungeon and testing new players, Goblin Slayer. Main objective, destroy the Goblin Lair 100%. The resulting colon points are 10. The Widow's secret mission is to destroy the Goblin Lord. It's done. Points received, 15. And God received 1 divine box. Wang Juan said that there was an extra reward due to the boss. It was a good thing he had enough supplies, and he didn't let those 3 take away his glasses. Yu Shan then asked why there was an inscription saying that the mission was completed. Shen Yuzhen said the time wasn't up yet, and Yang Mai said that's it. So the murder-in was the key moment. Player number 2795 has completed the Novice Dungeon quest and is returning to his personal space. Wang Juan was congratulated on the successful completion of the Dungeon for Beginners task, and he received a permanent account. Player name, Wang Juan. The levels report is running. Wang Juan was awarded level 1. After hearing about the permanent account, the hero was very upset, because, it seems, the freebie is over. But this is the so-called personal space, which is too shabby. The system said that players can expand into its personal space. The price per square meter is 1 point. You can also buy a huge number of pieces of furniture, decor, variations, landscapes, and more, all in order to make the players stay in the game as comfortable as possible. The hero said it was nonsense. Why would he spend precious points on it if he could quit the game at any time? Of course, he would rather spend them to become stronger. Well, how to do it? Where is the shop? Wang Juan connected the guide. Yej greeted Xiaozai and said that he had become an official player without the boundary domain of the gods. Xiaozai is here to help the hero figure out the exchange system. The first thing Wang Juan asked Xiaozai was that they had another guide, didn't they? Xiaozai said that there was a little problem with this. In general, she will tell Wang Juan how to use the points earned. Bonus points are an exchange currency in the domain of the gods, and they can be used to expand personal space. Purchases of items one need to strengthen existing abilities and equipment, exchange for resurrection dungeons with deadly tasks, and much more. The most basic thing is that the hero can buy gift boxes, but the level of its contents directly depends on his level. Since the hero of the new player, he will be able to open the box only F rank. Wang Juan asked that it was a lottery, meaning he couldn't buy upgrades for his abilities and equipment. Zio 11 said that was true, but if Wang Juan was lucky enough to draw a card of her rank, he would be able to play as comfortably as possible in the early stages. Of course, he just completed the Novice Dungeon mission, so he may have less than 10 points on his hands. Wang Juan should improve his personal space by exchanging comprehensive monthly existence packages, complete missions in other Earths to get more points. After that, the girl said that the water course was over. Wang Juan thanks Xiaozai for the explanation. And then it passed to Wang Juan that the rest of the players don't even have 10 points, but with his 25, as well as with a bunch of items and F rank. His start in this game will be perfect. All these bastards are things for real players. Now we need to think about what subject he wants to improve. Wang Juan decided to try his luck just once, but he was unlucky, and decided to conduct it again. He was given equipment of her rank. The system said that this is a special reward. He needs to choose one card to continue. Wang Juan said that calmly you need to choose wisely. Similarly, he can simply exit the game, wait for the next notification of the system, and then choose one of the cards based on the situation. The system notified that the user, Wang Juan, is not online. Attention, Wang Juan must return to the system within 12 hours. Returning to reality, Wang Juan thought that it was almost noon. Now that he had an official account, he could be offline for quite a long time. There was nothing to worry about. Suddenly, the boss came up to Wang Juan and asked if he was really sleeping in the workplace. F-rank potion of joy. Benefits after application. The player's speed increases for 5 seconds, and there is also an explosion of joyful emotions over the next 20 minutes. Notes, you can't catch up with me. Wang Juan asked his boss that he wanted something. Boss Liu said that, of course, he wanted to. But the boss himself thought that he had managed to catch Wang Juan, a perfect intern. Today, Boss Liu is going to show him what real hell is. But then his secretary ran up to Boss Liu and called out to him. Boss Liu asked, "Well, what else? Can't you see that he's busy?" The secretary said that there are a lot of people from the head office with him here. They came with a check and are already on the way. Wang Juan thought that he was only interested. He couldn't leave it like that. Meanwhile, the man who met Lin Xiao said that they didn't expect him at all. Did the board of directors give the appropriate instructions? Lin Xiao said no, this is not a scheduled inspection. When he came to Boss Liu, Lin Xiao saw that he was swearing at Wang Juan, telling him to get out since he was fired. Boss Liu also asked Mr. Wang Juan if he was surprised, if he was sorry. Does Wang Juan want to get down on his knees and beg Boss Liu to change his mind? In recent months, the rapid rise of the company is the merit of Wang Juan. He has excellent university recommendations. Wang Juan is so capable that people from the head office are interested in him. So what if he, Mr. Liu, could have reached the current level thanks to his cunning and greed? He has appropriated most of Wang Juan's merits to himself, but this will not change anything. Because now Boss Liu has caught Wang Juan on his own mistakes and can deservedly throw him out of here. The director or those idiots from the head office, Boss Liu absolutely does not care what they say about this, because he has the last word here. But when Boss Liu turned around, he saw Lin Xiao. Boss Liu started bowing, saying that he was just joking in such a prank, and he hopes they all enjoyed it. Lin Xiao got into the car and told the driver that they had finished here and could move out. As a result, Liu's boss was fired. Wang Juan would be very happy to say that this ability is F-rank. He had achieved his goal so easily, and he already had a rather complicated long-term plan in his head. Now Wang Juan has become the CEO instead of Boss Liu, in accordance with his initial plan. Next comes the conquest of human hearts, achieving even more outstanding results. However, Wang Juan is not interested in this right now. Real life pales against the background of the game, where Wang Juan has unlimited possibilities and can travel to different worlds. And then the weekend comes, so he can afford to play all night. The biggest advantage in moving up the career ladder is his office, so Wang Juan will not have to worry about losing it. That he can lose face in front of colleagues if he plays a little too much. And first of all, I decided to look for all 3 players who can't quit the game. He drove a collective coma or sudden death of a large number of people into the search engine. And I found on the internet that the student lost consciousness 2 months ago. Wang Juan recognized her as the girl who tried to take away his award. This student lost consciousness after she was given first aid. Yu Shan has gone missing. Hospitals across the city said that no patients matching the description had been admitted to the hospital. But the video didn't load any further and an announcement landed that the video was no longer available or it never existed. He can look at something else. Then those doctors burst into Wang Juan's office. The secretary tried to stop them, but it was useless. But the CEO has already left. Observing everything from the side, Wang Juan said that he takes back his words, because reality can also be interesting. A forced action of F rank. The goal is to complete the initiated or planned action. The duration of the action and the final result depends on the mental resistance of the target. Maximum duration, 5 seconds. Note, you never know what to expect from a disciplined person. Linjiang University. In the real world, there are knowledgeable people who are responsible for sending new players to the system. However, Wang Juan does not know everything in detail yet. After all, any wrong step will only increase the risk for him. The fact is that these people absolutely do not want to be disclosed. The session is approaching, so the library's packed study hall should be a fairly safe place. Therefore, students will become his cover. Well, then something happened that he did not expect. The people next to Wang Juan all began to gather together, who said that he just remembered that he already had to run. Another said he didn't remember if he had turned off the washing machine, so he definitely needed to check. And even at the neighboring tables, people were bustling. The man said that this monster, who studies 3 specialties at once and gets maximum points for all the tests. Is it really Wang Juan? Didn't he go on an internship? What was he doing here again? The girl said that next to him she absolutely cannot concentrate. It feels like she's going to commit a terrible sin if they take a 5-minute break. He feels like an insect capable of nothing. Someone suggested that why don't they go back to the room and play. But Wang Juan tried to stop them, telling them to wait and not run away, because today he also came not to study. The girl sitting opposite Wang Juan, whose name is Lin Lin, was asked if she would stay too. But the girl hesitated. Wang Juan thought that it would be very bad if he was left alone, so he had no choice, and used an enforcement action card. And Lin Lin immediately said that she would, because she had to finish the report by all means. The girl herself was shocked by what she had just said. Wang Juan told her that yes, they would try together, and I thought that this ability is simply incredible. In the real world, you can even control other people. However, now the primary task is, Wang Juan must gain new abilities and build a unique security system for himself. Now it's time to launch the game. When entering the game, the system suggested Wang Juan to choose one of the suggested options: easy, normal, difficult, and very difficult. The system welcomes the player to the limitless domain of the gods and asks him to choose the desired difficulty level, according to which the system will select a suitable dungeon for him. Wang Juan should also pay attention that the reward of a dungeon directly depends on its difficulty. Wang Juan said that choosing the difficulty level is interesting. If you think logically, then as a beginner it will be more rational to make a choice in favor of an easy level, so he will be able to familiarize himself with the gameplay and become more savvy in various aspects. However, right now he doesn't have time for these childish amusements. The system notified Wang Juan that the player's level is level 1. Difficulty level, very difficult. The selection is completed. He was offered the Bloody Tower dungeon. This cursed land where the devil goes out hunting every night. 9 brave men broke into the castle in order to put an end to the outrages of evil spirits. However, the devil and his minions were already expecting the unfortunate. The brave must destroy the demons from all, in turn, using periodic descending intensifying darkness to hunt down and kill the brave. Ordinary pop, as the hero understands. The system started the game and found that the player had not collected the previously received rewards. Wang Juan must make a choice as soon as possible. He has 3 E-rank cards to choose from. 1 is called Lucky, 2 the Sacrificial Cloak, and 3 Gun N. After seeing these cards, Wang Juan said that is, he could not choose after the start of the game, and his cards remained the same. Now he no longer has such a beautiful bug. The Sacrificial Cloak deals OAE damage to the surrounding enemies. It sounds very tempting. However, in PvP mode, it is not the best choice. A happy maniac who can influence the probability of an event is a universal gizmo. However, Wang Juan no longer has artifacts in E rank, and this coin is not something solid that can change the situation at a critical moment. Only the cannon remains, but in this dungeon, the use will be impractical. Well, Wang Juan has a difficult choice. Lin Lin, who is sitting opposite Wang Juan, thought that what is he doing there? Why did she stay at all? And if she wants to leave, does she need to say anything to Wang Juan? She is too afraid. She communicates with people, but she is so embarrassed to be here. Should she say something like she has a stomach ache and run away? The girl approached Wang Juan and asked that he was now practicing listening, right? She's probably just going to get in his way, so. But then he took and fell on her. Meanwhile, Wang Juan was lying on the bed in the game, and he asked what this castle was, in which evil spirits settled. And they have good taste. The system welcomed him to the Bloodstained Tower and told him that his identity was a demon. The E-rank Lucky card. A lucky coin will absorb the luck of the owner, making him painfully unlucky. If necessary, the owner can discard a coin, something that will significantly increase his chances of success over the next 3 seconds. Dungeon, the Bloody Tower. In this dungeon, there is a confrontation between 2 teams of 9 players in total, 6 brave men and 3 demons. In the demon team, the main mission is the victory of the team, if at least 1 player from the team remains alive. The whole team is credited with victory. Reward: each player of the winning team receives 50 points. And in case of a loss, each player of the losing team will be forced to pay 50 points. Side quests: survival, a gift box with F-rank artifacts. Kill: you need to kill other players to get 10 extra points. Exploration: for every 20% of the exploration of the territory, the player receives 10 additional points. Set the dungeons, Blood Moon and Bell. Every hour after the characteristic bell rings, a blood moon effect will be applied to all players. During this period, the brave will be deprived of one of the senses and associated abilities. The fighting power of the demons, in turn, will be greatly increased. After the end of the blood moon, all players can gather at the top of the tower and hold a meeting at which justice will be done. After any of the players rings the bell of justice, the player whose elimination was voted by the greater number of participants leaves the game. This tower is full of secrets and clues to reveal the identity of demons, a way to enhance demonic abilities as well as special rewards. Players' eyes may deceive them, but their instincts never do. After reading the rules, Wang Juan realized that the rules are quite simple. The brave have no information about the identity of the demons, and they can only get a hint by exploring the tower. That is, do not let them do it. And is there a key to victory? Or is it just necessary to dust all the brains for a meeting of justice? The rules also stated that before the start of the game, the demon players have 3 minutes to get to know each other. Liu Shengjun said that chosen by the darkness, they would crush the infidels together. Liu Shengjun is a fanatic. His strength level is 9 horsepower, 100%. Spiritual strength, 100%. Zumayo said that they would have no problem showing them a good battle. But she asked, what is a newcomer doing here? Zumayo is a hurricane. Her level of 10 horsepower, 100%. Spiritual powers, 100%. The girl, addressing Wang Juan, asked that he had just finished the education for beginners. How did he end up here? The team members should have approximately the same levels, at least 7. Wang Juan apologized, saying that he simply chose the last difficulty level in anticipation of a more diverse complex mission. Who would have thought that the selection should be made based on the levels of players? Zumayo said it was pretty bold. The reward is really worthy, but the price of losing is high. As a beginner, he cannot afford to play at all due to the fact that he will not be able to pay so much. A negative score is not fatal, but Wang Juan can get a bloody mark. So Wang Juan will not be protected by the system and may be seriously injured in the next mission. And when Wang Juan heard this, he thought that is, it is desirable to have points in reserve, so that in case of anything there would be no negative value. The guide, who also advised new players, forgot about such an important thing. What a stupid woman she is. Zumayo told Wang Juan to consider himself very lucky. The girl will show him what a real game is. Tyrant level 10 players. There are bosses in this dungeon. Liu Xingwan said that, well, this time he would let Wang Juan enjoy the points he received thanks to his efforts. Wang Juan said he would try to keep up. Zumayo said that he has a good attitude. Wang Juan will be able to become a great player. But time is running out, they need to discuss the available information. Liu Xingwan said that the place where he is now is full of forbidden literature. For them, it is completely useless, so he will destroy everything so that it does not fall into the hands of the opponent. The floor is catching a cold, so it must be somewhere on the upper floors. Zumayo said that she was in a torture chamber. The doors could not be opened from the window and could see the tower and the corridor. Wang Juan said that he is now in the bedroom. The doors and windows do not open. It is also impossible to break the glass, and he doesn't know if that will change when the game starts. Zumayo said that nothing should change outside the tower, but the doors will definitely open. The system will not allow other players to expose them immediately, so the players from the brave team should also be scattered in different rooms. Liu Xingwan said that the goddess of darkness shows him that they will meet other players soon. However, the system will not allow them to have a one-sided advantage, staying in darkness forever. Zumayo said it was time to start. A beginner should at least try to protect himself. She and the guy will meet near the bell tower and follow the terrain. They should be collected and calm. The guy said they would be careful. Everything would be fine. Wang Juan said he understood them and would also try. After discussing the strategy, when everyone dispersed, Wang Juan said that here it is a high level of difficulty. These guys think and act rationally, have clear goals and plans to achieve them. Wang Juan thinks they can be relied on. But it seems that the allotted time has already run out, so the doors had to open. Other players should also be in their positions. After leaving the room, Wang Juan said that this must be the corridor that Zumayo had seen outside. As they expected, the brave men were already at their points in other rooms. Wang Juan, as a beginner, should try hard, and they don't expect more from me. Anyway, those two looked pretty reliable. Wait for time and win without any losses. Then a big battle began. After the battle, it was announced that during it, the player Liu Xinwan, the demon, was eliminated. Player Hizai Ocean, the brave, is out. Player Zumayo, the demon, is out. Seeing all this, Wang Juan asked what had just happened. The system also said that the remaining number of braves is 5, and the demons are 1. The effect of the blood moon will come in 57 minutes. Then Wang Juan met Yu Shan. She said they were the ones who met in the novice dungeon. Wang Juan waved to Yu Shan and said what a meeting. And he himself thought that these were not capable of anything, women who wanted to take away his laurels and awards. But wait a minute, her level is already 2. The second level at first glance, the second level is only 1 level more than Wang Juan's. But on the other hand, level 2 is 2 times more than the first. They started the game at the same time. Well, of course, while Wang Juan was in the real world, he was cooling off. Yu Shan managed to find a way to quickly raise his level or find a gap in the rules of the game. Well, or did she bribe the guide? She just disguises herself as a harmless girl, and she is probably a real monster who wants to become stronger and crush everyone in her path. This woman is a terrifying opponent. Yu Shan, going to meet Wang Juan, said that Wang Juan has only one level, and he has already decided to go to this dungeon. And Wang Juan himself, seeing how the girl was approaching him, said that she was coming here. Was she going to mock him? And Yu Shan asked that he, like her, must have drawn a lucky ticket. Wang Juan asked what she was talking about. Yu Shan, showing the map, said that the artifacts that allow players to pass random dungeons. It is said that this is the easiest way to get rewards at low levels. After all, really enter a dangerous dungeon. If Yu Shan wasn't afraid to be in her personal space, she would hardly use them at all. Wang Juan, looking at the girl's cards, thought that it was, and such a useful thing. The lower the level, the higher the chance to get it. In simple words, these are artifacts that are created in order to help a beginner raise his level faster. Yu Shan said she can use it 3 times. The only problem is that you can get into a dungeon of any difficulty level. And last time there was a very easy mission. She came across kind companions who helped her complete the mission. And this time, a dungeon of a high level of difficulty was completed. Yu Shan was so nervous, but it all started pretty well and she was very lucky. Yu Tong, one of the brave men who are a soldier at level 7, said that this was bad luck. His Ocean was in their team. Who would have thought that he would be eliminated so quickly? Mao Yuan, also one of the brave ones, who is all at once at level 8, said that she knows him. He's a great guy, always helping his team get extra rewards. Tony, also one of the brave ones who is a guardian at level 7, said that he had a chance to play with his Ocean once. His title of researcher is really deserved. In this kind of game, the most important thing is to figure out the identity of the demon, in which his Ocean had no equal. Therefore, Sister Zhu Maio decided to get rid of him at all costs. Wang Juan thought that was it. That idiot noticed that the help was coming too fast, so he decided to block their passage to buy some time. Mao Yuan said that there was nothing to be done about it, that the self-destruction technique was also quite frightening. She barely managed to dodge. Tony said he had to work hard to save her. Yu Tong said that fortunately, everything went well. Wang Juan realized that personal qualities and individual abilities of each player are extremely important in this game. In that case, those two really tried, and in order for their sacrifice not to be in vain, Wang Juan must act. However, what is the use of a level 1 player? A demon's ability. The effect of the blood moon in this case, Wang Juan is inactive, strengthening all abilities by 150%. With Wang Juan's level, even with this buff, it will be difficult to get rid of anyone. Then the only way out is to explore the towers and maximize your abilities, and let others interrupt each other. Then Wang Juan decided to ask the brave men questions, that maybe they could be of some use to them. Yu Shan said they've only been here recently, so they don't know what to do. Mao Yuan said she even forgot that there were 2 newbies with them. Yu Tong told them to just explore the area and wait for the meeting. That's their whole task. Wang Juan said okay, as soon as he saw them fighting right away. I thought that the lack of their combat power would only limit the overall potential of the team. However, fortunately, everything ended in their favor. Tony said that indeed, this time there were 2 newcomers who could not make up a potential competition for the battle. But why did you demon decide to split up? 3 against 4 is a pretty good deal, Wang Juan said. In other words, those 2 were pretty strong opponents and could only sacrifice themselves if they had some trump card up their sleeve. That is, the remaining 3 demons must also be incredibly capable, strong enough to get rid of all the brave ones. Mao Yuan said it made sense, and pointing her finger at Yu Tong, she said that it was him, because with the strengthening of the blood moon, his abilities would be really incredible. Yu Tong said Tony didn't try to attack at all. That's what's really suspicious. And Tony said that if he were a demon, he wouldn't save someone. And Yu Shan said that the last demon is very strong. But who is it? Wang Juan thought that was great, because the worst scenario would be if they decided to work together. So doubt has already settled in the heart of each of them. This significantly increases his chances of success. But then some guy threw Wang Juan aside. Yu Shan asked who did it. Yu Tong said he could assume it was the last demon. Tony said 3-1. A similar game is over. This guy turned out to be Lin Yalo. He is a level 9 golem, and he said that if he were a demon, he and Su Maio would have dealt with them a long time ago. A bunch of scum are going on about some newbie. The last demon is this kid who has level 1. It's obvious, he can't fight himself, so the only way out is to fill the brains of the rest. Meanwhile, Yu Shan approached Wang Juan and asked if he was okay. She had a first aid kit with her. Wang Juan thanked Yu Shan and said that he also had it and would return the first aid kit to the girl later. And he told everyone that even if he were a demon, what's the point of him doing all this, even if there are only 2 people on the final vote? But Wang Juan did not have time to finish, as Lin Yao grabbed him and told him to keep quiet, because they did not give him a word. Dungeon, Bloodstained Moon. Game time, 12. Time for 1 blood moon, 48 minutes. The meeting of justice will take place soon. Number of players, 6. Mao Yuan freed Wang Juan. Wang Juan thanked her and thought that if this continued, he would not be able to continue acting on his original plan. Remaining HP, 11%. Why doesn't this Lin Yao just kill Wang Juan? His one attack took away more than half of his HP, but this time he was definitely holding back. Yutong, he said that quite all of them were once beginners. You need to behave like that. Tony said it was just a game, and who knows, maybe in the future we'll get to play together again. Wang Juan thought that means Lin Yao is not sure. That is, if he kills him, who may still be one of the brave men, then it is better to attack him with the rest. It may seem that the brave team has an advantage, but in the game it does not matter at all. Judging by his temperament, he prefers to act alone, but he has to come to terms with the present state of affairs. He is not like the players who have already come to terms with the in-game system, and the principles on the basis of which everything functions here. Lin Yao is different from those who really think this game is just a game. This person really wants to win and wants to be a winner no matter what. Wang Juan said there was no point in hanging around here. Why don't they split up, explore the tower? Wasn't there a mention at the beginning of the game that there were extra rewards scattered everywhere? Mao Yuan said that it would be much easier to kill them one by one, and the player from the demon team will definitely hide the clues he found. Wang Juan said it didn't matter, they needed to split up into 2. But Lin Yao interrupted him, saying that everyone would watch their partner when the blood moon started. They needed to stay together, in order to make sure that their partner, like him, cannot move in the dark. So he will reveal himself by starting to act, or they will be able to find clues and safely eliminate him. And as this newcomer said, this is the most appropriate course of action. Mao Yuan approached Yu Shan and asked if she wanted to hug. They're partners now, aren't they? Yu Shan asked, is it mandatory? Tony told Yu Tong that then he would take care of the second newcomer. But Wang Juan said he wanted to go with Lin Yao. Wang Juan can't fight at all, and he's the strongest here. Wang Juan is going to put his life on the line in this game so that they will find out which team he is playing for. And then suddenly he decides to target someone from the strongest, so only the blood moon will step on. Lang Yao said it was very interesting. Thus, the girls explore the 4th floor. Wang Juan, along with Lin Yao, follows the 2nd and 3rd floors, and Yu Tong and Tony follow the 1st floor in the lobby. 4th floor, Mao Yuan said that was it really the guy who set himself on fire. What a pity, in such a place one could surely find a lot of clues. Yu Shan said they were told they could find clues about the identity of the demons, but what could it be? Well, they know the name. Mao Yuan asked Yu Shan that she was older than her, right? The girl can call her Mao Mao. In fact, she herself has visited no more than 10 dungeons. Mao understands that while Yu Shan may be unusual, but very soon she will realize how cool this game is. Since they're here anyway, why not get the most out of it? As for the clues, according to her experience, it could be this or that thing that starts reacting when a demon is nearby. Yu Shan asked, is there something with looking for certain artifacts? Then someone appeared behind Yu Shan, but Mao Yuan quickly eliminated him and said that this dungeon seemed unusual from the very beginning. It looks like these things are set up here as traps, but the difficulty level of the dungeon is not very high, so there shouldn't be too many of them. Well, at least they won't cause much damage for sure. 2nd floor, Lin Yao said that it was strange, because in the beginning, those crazed rats in the dining room, then the jumping chest, and now the animated armor. How many traps are there? And Wang Juan said, go ahead, Brother Lai is the best. Angry, Lin Yao asked Wang Juan, what, where is his brain? Why is he standing so far away? Wang Juan thought that the most important thing for him right now was losing to protect him. If he accidentally dies in the process of following and it turns out that Wang Juan was a beginner, all suspicions will be directed at Lin Yao. He understands this perfectly well. Lin Yao asked Wang Juan that he wasn't going to fall into one of the traps on purpose. Wang Juan said that how could he think like that? Even if he wanted to, he couldn't possibly know where they were placed. It's just a coincidence the hero doesn't even know why he's so unlucky. Lin Yao said that the newcomers only have useless F-rank abilities, so the demon is really one of those 3. Wang Juan thought that it was great that he could use this thing forever, activating all the mechanisms that only fall within its radius of action. Wang Juan doesn't even need to fight, he can just hide. This tower should be full of artifacts that will help him become stronger. But wait a minute, the tower is a demon habitat. Wang Juan remembers that the description stated that the brave ones losing this group of people who came here to fight the demons. No, then why is there a bell in the demon lair at all? Just as to condemn the demons themselves. Game time, 49. Time to 1 blood moon, 11 minutes. The justice meeting will be held soon. Number of players, 6. Laundry. At the laundry, Wang Juan said that it takes quite a long time to search the entire second floor. It took about an hour. Rummaging through the laundry, Wang Juan finally found something useful. It was a scroll. The plot artifact is a diabolical contract. The one who found it must obey his desire and pay for greed. Wang Juan wondered what you pay the price for. So this is a deal with the devil, not to be caught in ore. But Lin Yao stopped him, telling Wang Juan to give him this ingot. Wang Juan asked, "Is this even fair?" Wang Juan had already given the previous 3 fines to Lin Yao, which is at least ugly on his part. Lin Yao told him not to make him repeat it twice, otherwise he would just break Wang Juan's legs and drag him along. Wang Juan gave him the scroll, and Lin Yao said that if Wang Juan is really who he claims to be, then he has nothing to worry about. Lin Yao will protect him and lead their teams to victory. And now they should move on, because there is still a little time left to explore the 3rd floor. And Wang Juan must remember that he must be in Lin's field of vision. Wang Juan thought that this was not an easy task, but at least he managed to deflect suspicion from himself and stopped worrying about what might get a stab in the back from Lin Yao. But under the close supervision of Lin Yao, Wang Juan is left with no room for maneuver. A lucky coin is fully charged, so the hero cannot continue to use it. Is there anything going wrong? He'll notice right away. 3rd floor. Wang Juan said that the 2 of them managed to have a good frolic here. At the beginning of the game, there was a hole in the wall. Lin Yao said he needed to look around. After entering the torture chamber, Wang Juan thought that Zhu Maio was here and the person she killed must have appeared from one of the neighboring rooms. As soon as they met, a fight immediately broke out. Seeing how much junk there was, Lin Yao said that how could anyone find anything here in this chest of debris? They don't have much time, so they need to check the next room and find a place to wait out the blood moon. Guest bedroom. Entering the guest bedroom, Wang Juan said that it was a bedroom, but not as chic as on the 2nd floor. But wait, some kind of room next to the torture chamber. But it is inferior to her in size, so there must be a niche somewhere here. After finding the entrance to Lin Yao's secret room, he told Wang Juan to shut up, because he didn't need his hints. Wang Juan should follow him and not think of doing anything. After entering this room, Wang Juan realized that it was a sacrificial altar. It was very dark here. But wait a minute, is this room under the blood moon effect? Wang Juan is only seen here because he plays for the demon team. In fact, Lin Yao doesn't see anything at all, but he will pretend in order to take Wang Juan by surprise and catch him. If Wang Juan hadn't managed to realize this in time, he would have killed him immediately. Wang Juan must not relax for a minute, but he came up with something. He shouted to Lin Yao to help him, because something attacked him. There is something here. And Wang Juan himself thought that Lin Yao himself was to blame for giving the hero complete freedom of movement. And he kept shouting to the lion to save him, because he was going to die. He can't see anything. Where is the exit here? Lin Yao told him that if he couldn't see anything, then why was he running around the room? Let him come here. Meanwhile, Wang Juan received a new artifact, the Code of Demons. Lin Yao quickly dealt with all the animals that Wang Juan had created. Wang Juan thanked him. Lin Yao was very angry and told the hero that if he continued to fool around and make him waste his abilities, he would slap him. Wang Juan apologized and said that it was just so dark there, that's why he panicked. After all, he's only recently been in this game, so there's nothing you can do. Seeing Yutong and Tony downstairs, Wang Juan said that the same 2 who explored the 1st floor, should they say hello to them? Lin Yao replied that no, because the blood moon will start soon, so you need to stay away from the others. They still need to find a place where they can wait it out. Security room. There is 1 minute left before the blood moon effect. Lin Yao said that this is a great place. They can stay here for a long time. You just need to lock the door leading to the punishment cell. If they are attacked, the security room is the best choice, regardless of what they decide to do, fight back or defend themselves. Wang Juan said that it really wasn't a bad place, and she looked into the distance, said that the others must be hiding somewhere there. Lin Yao told him how to know if their brains haven't completely melted yet, then yes, in their right mind. No one would run around in full view of a demon, especially while the blood moon effect is in effect. Wang Juan thought that he had only approximate information about the whereabouts of other players as well. It looks like everything will depend only on his luck. Well, it's time for him to start. Approaching Wang Juan, Lin Yao asked what he was doing here. Is he really waiting for his demon to swat him? Wang Juan said he was waiting for Lin Yao to make sure that this room was completely safe. Whatever happens. So this, like the previous one, will be full of demonic circles. Lin Yao guessed everything and tried to slap Wang Juan, asking that he understood that it was a demonic circle. Wang Juan said that, of course, it was just a guess. Lin Yao continued to attack him and said that F-Rank's abilities were just childish things that could not harm him. There is no point in resisting Wang Juan. So this is a real player, the demon controls him. What will Wang Juan get in return? Did they somehow manage to get in touch while they were in that dark room? Let Wang Juan tell Lin Yao who he is following. Wang Juan let go of the handrail and began to fall down. During the flight, he thought that after the groups were formed, that girl immediately decided to go to the upper floor. But Lin Yao wouldn't mind, at least on the second and third floor. They are most vulnerable and protected from long-range attacks, which is not his specialty. But Wang Juan, I have to admit that Lin Yao and at a long distance are also quite powerful. The blood moon has come. The brave ones were swallowed up by his darkness, thereby granting the demons strength. Wang Juan said that everything was finally ready, and using the coin for luck, Wang Juan tried to get inside through the cobblestones, but his blade was damaged. Lin Yao was very angry and asked that there was no notification from the system that Wang Juan had died. He's going to wait for the end of the blood moon and kill him. First floor, living room. After falling to the ground, Wang Juan said that he had survived. Fortunately, he has a lot of artifacts and backgrounds that can be useful in similar situations. At the moment, the remaining number of F-rank artifacts was 72. Initially, Wang Juan thought of using the lucky coin at the justice meeting to change the outcome of the vote. However, it seems that this coin can be much more useful than Wang Juan could have imagined. He really hopes that his luck can really play a crucial role, make events move in the direction he needs. First floor. Tony, trying to get rid of the stones piled on him, said that the last demon was definitely Lin Yao. Yutong said that they should retreat, because in the dark they would not be able to fight back the demon. First floor, storage room. Wang Juan said that in order to avoid being accidentally injured in this mess, he should temporarily retreat. The system said that he completed the quest exploring the dungeon territories, and he is credited with plus 20%. Wang Juan decided to use this time to get the story awards. Plot artifacts, the Code of Demons. Writing is too difficult for a simple person to understand. Will pave the way for the owner of this thing to all the caches in the tower. If the codes are owned by a terrarium player, his abilities also receive a 200% improvement during the blood moon. It can also be used to make a contract with a demon. Notes: it doesn't matter if the player didn't understand any of the above, just subscribe here. The remaining time of the blood moon is 4 minutes 37 seconds. Underground courtyard. Wang Juan put on his armor and walked along the road. On the way, he was attacked by a monster, but Wang Juan easily dealt with him. After taking off his helmet, Wang Juan said that all the monsters in this quest are sick. Okay, even that clay skeleton monsters, but even this demon decided to attack him unarmed surreptitiously. Are you really? Because even covering his beautiful face, he can't hide his gentle and kind nature. These monsters judge a book by its cover. The Scarecrow Room. Wang Juan said that in this stupid quest, there is not even a friend, stranger identification. If it wasn't for the help of the Blood Moon Force in these armor with artifacts, it's unlikely that Wang Juan would have broken through. The time of the blood moon is over and the buff has also disappeared. It's good that Wang Juan has already killed all the monsters. If he is lucky, then everyone on Earth is fighting together now, and no one will remember about the unfortunate traveler who is digging into the plot of the game. Even if success makes the other participants angry, Wang Juan will still have a task that he will not be able to solve. He does not have enough strength. According to the rules of this quest, it is necessary to evaluate all the brave men. And if Wang Juan wants to win, then he must at least eliminate one person by challenging him to a duel. With the help of the Blood Moon buff, those bulky armor and F-level items, Wang Juan can fight different monsters. But if he gets lucky with the same method against other players, he will die. These brutal killers will definitely bring him to his grave. Therefore, the only way to win is to get as many power-up bonuses as possible in this quest. The system announced that the Hall of Sacrifice plus 20% to the study of the map has been discovered. Wang Juan said that this thing should be here somewhere. Then he will restore the contract. If this item is activated, then all the demons immediately issue a violation. It's also good that the hero is hidden in this dark room. If some daredevil takes it, then everyone is finished. Activating the book of the hero of the video, a large demon and several small ones who bowed to him and said they would do everything possible to kill him. The rest of the companions to show their devotion to the realm of the dead. And that the main demon said that their main task is to anoint the blood, defiled golden bell of justice. After completion, he will reward them with the ability to summon the blood moon once. She will be able to give them extra strength. Wang Juan said that these are additional missions. If he can summon the blood moon for it, then it will be just fine. Additional mission, Desecrated Blood. The task of the colon is to anoint the golden bell with excluded blood from the underground blood pond. The blood coverage area should be at least 50%. Reward, a one-time summon to the blood moon while using this power. The reward's attributes of demonic players are doubled. But still the hero decided to abandon this quest. Then the enraged demon told him that he was ready to accept his death. This is the payback for betrayal. Wang Juan said that this whole tower is their territory. It seems that the bad blood is also ready for a long time. It will be easier for them to easily destroy the golden bell. And I thought that this is how it turns out. The quest in this game can deepen. Wang Juan told the demon that if they wanted to start a war between demons and humans, it was very strange to give him demons that were useful to him, up to the point that all the demons inside the tower will continuously participate in the assault. In addition, he does not conclude any contract with him, so he wants to blame all the blame on the hero. Apparently, this watch belongs to someone with whom the demon himself does not dare to fight, and he can assume that this is his supervisor. The demon said that the man is very smart, but what's with the wow that he guessed? Wang Juan said that, apparently, their subordinates mostly live here. They make deals with people in various ways to get their souls. The discovery of the golden bell has hindered their activities, which is why they want to get rid of it. The demon said that it was true that those who did not comply with the terms of the contract killed him and his relatives with the help of a bell. Then Wang Juan said that in fact, the demon does not have to use such backward methods to get souls. He just needs to find his own unique way, strengthen the channels of energy accumulation. The real value will change then. Using its own levers, the demon will be able to find the area in which it will be strong. He needs to open an unknown field of activity to anyone. In short, Wang Juan knows how to help the demon collect more souls. He introduced himself to the demon and said that he would become his best subordinate. The demon has only to set him a goal. He will lead him to success, and the demon will only have to make a small investment. The demon said it was interesting. What did he want? More power or positions in the underworld? If it works well. But Wang Juan interrupted him, saying that he could not discuss the award until he showed the result. He only asks this in order to better serve the demon, and Wang Juan asks to introduce him to the owner of the golden bell. And I thought myself, in order to make a deal, the hero needs to find the strongest of them. The system said that the charge of the golden ear of justice is full, and when the appearance of the blood moon begins. Guardhouse, Lin Yao, called Wang Juan, said that he decided to laugh at him. Now he's going to tell Wang Juan who's in charge here, and at the same time, the guy who is hiding behind the scenes. But when Lin Yao left the room, he was shot. It was Yu Tong. He said that shooting at the target provoked a one-time ability to self-defense. The trajectory of the bullet twisted. The bullet hit the target's arm. Lenin told him that his pawn had let himself be discovered, and he decided to show himself. Then he's going to die now. A fight broke out between them. 4th floor, main hall. Lin Yao told Yu Tong not to hide and to give already. They will finish this battle. But Mao Yuan tried to attack him, but the lion managed to dodge. Who didn't say that he revealed his identity during the blood moon? There's no point in pretending now. Lin Yao fell into a trap. He activated the ability, the Road of Repentance, and thereby stuck to the floor. He asked what is E-level magic, but then Mao Yuan hit him, saying that he had cut her and this was payback for that unexpected attack. Lin Yao asked what they were carrying. When did he attack her unexpectedly? No wonder Wang Juan was constantly interested in the position of the others. Besides, before the beginning of the blood moon appeared at the very last moment. This is the new guy, messed up his head, forced him to attack them in the dark. And this freak dared to outwit him. Yu Tong said that in a situation where nothing could be seen, Lin Yao decided to storm them on a bum, guided only by a theoretical plan of attack. Lily wasn't very lucky that he stumbled into their hideout, right? Tony said that Lin Yao was also aiming so well. If it wasn't for his self-defense magic, Tony wouldn't be here anymore. And this is what Lin calls luck. Mao Yuan said that even if Lin Yao didn't have a convenient moment to get him, but he himself said that his target was that new guy. Isn't this new guy missing? If there is no evidence that he died, then the case is closed. Therefore, Lin Yao didn't have time to chase after them. This new guy did a good job. That laziness could not stand it and told everyone that since they suspected him, the golden bell was already loaded anyway. Why don't they get up and ring the bell, and don't attack him, and then use those stone coins at the top of the tower, and they will be able to do everything at once. Tony asked that if laziness wanted them to kill him so much, then why not ring the bell? but it looks like he really wants it. Meanwhile, Yu Shan was running towards them. She remembered that Mao Yuan had told her to use the golden ball to strike the golden bell, and they would detain Lin Yao. Yu Shan finally got up and said that now she could only strike the bell. But then she saw Mao Yuan and asked why. Then, did Yu Shan suffer so much going upstairs? But at that moment, a huge stone hand crushed Mao Yuan. The system notified that the player Yu Tug has chosen the title, Brave. And then Tony's player dropped out. And then Moa Yuan. Then Lin Yao appeared and asked that they were all demons. How is it? Really? But then I saw Yu Shan, who started bowing to him out of fright and said that she was giving up, and he could do whatever he wanted. But Lin Yao said he didn't need it. And he laughed and said that this is how he underestimated Wang Juan. Roof. Wang Juan said that 3 against 1. And the lion will be the winner. It seems that 3 are no good at all. Lin Yao told him that he was a real expert, and let Wang Juan not compare him with those scum who can no longer rationally use the artifacts provided. Wang Juan asked him what was he talking about. Lin Yao explained to him that what players can get different items will be what kind of tool or equipment you are. But they can also receive specialized artifacts that will turn them into specialists in certain fields, thereby distinguishing them from the crowd. And he showed Wang Juan an artifact of the E rank, the scales of the Slate Dragon. And he added that they can only be obtained in the dungeons if Wang Juan does not want to become the same trash as them. Then Lin Yao recommends that he start collecting them now. Wang Juan thanked him for the information, but asked why he was telling him all this. To which Lin Yao replied that Wang Juan was only at level 1, and he could not have enough funds to pay the penalties for losing. Therefore, the next game will already be a survival game for him. But in any case, it does not seem that the hero cares much about it. Lin Yao will be looking forward to their next game to finally crush him. To which Wang Juan told him, don't let him talk as if he had already won. And Lin Yao, about to attack Wang Juan, said that as soon as he dealt with him, the game would be over. It doesn't matter if he has only 3% HP. Even so, Wang Juan is not his opponent. But Wang Juan did not listen to him and, ringing the bell, said that if he rang the bell to justice, he would nominate him, and Lin Yao will immediately kill Yu Shan to protect himself. Lin Yao said that was true, but did Wang Juan really expect this stupid girl to vote in his favor? Wang Juan said that didn't it seem to him that if he was trying so hard to bring their game to a similar ending, and would just give it all up now. Wang Juan rang the bell and used the joy potion, and attacked Lin Yao. After summoning the Blood Moon, Wang Juan thought that of course Lin Yao still had a couple of tricks to use such a reckless technique, capturing a huge territory. Wang Juan pretended to be reckless and activated the Blood Moon effect at the last moment, thereby confusing Lin Yao. It must have been his last goat. Otherwise, knowing him, Lin Yao continued to attack from a distant position. This is nothing compared to the fact that, in theory, Lin Yao can scatter stones around the perimeter to determine Wang Juan's location by sound. Wang Juan said it didn't matter, because for the next 10 minutes he would be strong enough to beat Lin Yao. But then something strange happened. Had he been attacked? It can't be that it was Lin Yao, but when did he have time? But the value of HP remained the same, but pain and blood. Was his body really injured by someone? Plot artifact, the Code of Demons. Wang Juan's contract with the ruler of hell allows the contact object to activate the Blood Moon effect for 10 minutes. During the Blood Moon effect, the contact object can summon the Lord of Hell to strengthen its attacks at the cost of its own soul. During the next hour, as a reward to the Lord of Hell, the soul of friendship must be sacrificed. If the soul of another person is sacrificed, the use of an infernal altar is necessary. Warning: inaccessible to the human eye with a deadly attack.